Hello students! Today we're going to talk about fracking. Fracking is hydraulic fracturing of the earth to obtain natural gas and oil from underground. Now if you think about normal traditional drilling, it's like drilling into a jelly donut. It's just straight down. Once you hit the jelly, pretty much pumps the jelly out and you're done. So hydraulic fracturing or fracking is water. Fracking is more like drilling into a layered cake. So there's many layers, and each layer has the frosting, and the frosting's that oil. So to get all of that frosting out, if it's in the middle of the cake, you use something that looks kind of like a bendy straw. Right. So if we have a layered cake, so here we have the top layer of the cake. All right, here we have, let's say it's 3-layered cake. And here we have all the frosting. There's chocolate frostings here, here, here. So let's say this is the surface of the earth. Okay? And this is frosting. So let's say this is the surface of the earth. Okay, this is the top frosting in the slice of cake. Or the cake. Top frosting of the cake. Here we have another layer of frosting, chocolate frosting. Here we have another layer of frosting, and then this is the bottom. So if we just do a traditional drilling, let's say this frosting is the oil or natural gas we want to get out. It'd be very hard to do it if you just drill straight down. So this is a lot different than drilling into like a jelly donut, where if you just take a regular straw and stick it in, where you can pump out the jelly. But in this case, this oil and natural gas is in these layers. And these layers are trapped in different layers of the earth. So the best way is through a bendy straw. So that is where, like, similar to what fracking is. So fracking, they make a well. So that's like a traditional well. But then they create a horizontal well, and a horizontal well is created using or perforating guns. A gun that perforates, that in other words makes holes in the well, right? And then those holes, that creates these fractures or these fissures, fractures in the earth. So we have holes now in the well. They create these fractures. Okay, so these fractures now, that's the fracturing part, made from these perforating guns. So now they pump in fracking fluid. So fracking fluid, it's pumped under high pressure. So a lot of pressure pumped, and that pressurized fracking fluid goes through the well and it enters these cracks. All right, and when it enters those cracks, it pushes the natural gas and oil out. So the natural gas and oil then have to escape. And they escape out and up the well. So the fracking fluid pumped in, and then when fracking fluid's pumped in high pressure, oil and gas is pumped out. But not just oil and gas, I mean it's contaminated with a lot of that fracking fluid and sand. And they collect this oil and gas that has to go to refinery for processing. Okay, but this is what's happening here. So you're creating fractures in the earth. All right, so let's say the groundwater, let's say here, and then these aquifers, And if some of that fracking fluid leaks into the aquifers, that could affect our groundwater and contaminate our groundwater. Right, there's also potential that all of these fractures, if a lot of this is done, it may lead to increase in earthquakes. So there are many things that are controversial with fracking, but a couple of the main ones are the fact that it can contaminate our drinking water and can increase earthquake activity. So this is really what fracking is. It's hydraulic. Hydro means water. Fracturing means breaking apart, making cracks. So you're really making fractures in the bedrock to get oil and gas. And it's like going through a layered cake using a bendy straw. The straw is. You want to get those layers out. You want to get the frosting out.